World Series with David Tyrone and the Miami Marlins. Who would have thought? We will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in what is an actual World Series because the first two games of the series are going to be played in Toronto, the next three in Miami, and then the final two in Toronto as well. So we're here for Game 1 at the Rogers Center, 2017 World Series, Miami Marlins at the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go. Too excited for this. David Tyrone's going to get his first at-bat in the top of the first inning against Josh Johnson. And right off the bat, just like he's done in the other two series, his very first at-bat of the series is going to be a home run. And that was just a bomb right there, going second deck. And so the Marlins take a 1-0 lead. When he gets back up again, though, the score is still 1-0, top of the fourth. Another 3-1 count, but this time he's going to chop it to the second baseman, and he's going to be out at first easily. So David Tyrone 1 for 2 in the World Series so far, not doing too bad. Has the only run until right now when Yoenis Cespedes, who is going to be a thorn in our side the entire series, gets a 2-run home run to give the Blue Jays a lead. So in the top of the sixth, 2-1 still is the score. David Tyrone has other plans. Deep drive to center field, and this one is gone. So that's going to be a home run, and it gives the Marlins a 4-2 lead. Great piece of hitting right there. Very clutch. Had a deficit, and all of a sudden, we are up by 2. So in the top of the ninth, the game's pretty much over. 9-4. He's going to get one last at-bat, and a crazy hit. Look at that. Blooped up the middle. Jose Reyes dove, and David Tyrone's doing something right there. I'm not even sure what that is. But he dove, full extension, could not make the play, and the Miami Marlins win Game 1 by a final score of 9-4. So going into Game 2, once again in Toronto. What can they do? Today is another big game for the Marlins. I guess just like every game in the World Series is a big game. First at bat, deep drive to left center field. Settling under it, making the catch. That was a pretty far hit all the way to the warning track, but unfortunately he was out. So in the bottom of the second inning, the Blue Jays strike first with 3 runs. As their David Tyrone's up, 2 runners on, a home run can tie it, and that is exactly what he's going to do. Deep to right field, and this one is way gone. Ties up the game at 3, and all of a sudden the Marlins are right back in it. For a second, already looked like a Blue Jays win, but now the Marlins have tied it up. But unfortunately, the Blue Jays regain the lead. They score 3 more runs in the next inning to take the lead 6-3. David Tyrone right here, a base hit into right field. And that's a good hit right there, but it's not quite a home run. Score is still 6-3, first and second. When he gets back up again in the ninth, 3-1 count. Game's pretty much over. The score's 8-4, but he's going to get one more hit right back up the middle. But unfortunately, it is going to be too little too late. The Marlins are going to try to rally, try to win, but they're going to lose by a final score of 8-4. So now here in Game 3 of the 2017 World Series, back in Miami. Big game right here. Kind of have home field advantage. 1-1 is the series. We have 3 games in a row in Miami, and then 2 more, if necessary, in Toronto. Booted ball right there by the first baseman. He's going to make it easily to first. So far, so good for the Marlins. Looking to score first in the first inning. 2-1 in the bottom of the third. On an 0-2 count, Morrow hangs a curveball, and David Tyrone takes advantage of it and hits a home run. So the Marlins are out to a pretty good lead now. The score is either 5-1, 4-1 maybe. Well, either way, the Marlins have a nice lead now. And when he gets back up, 3-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, Brandon Morrow still pitching. Ground ball to first base. This time the first baseman can handle it, and he'll take it himself to first in time for the out. So the Marlins, tied game right now. But right here they're going to score. Cosma scores on a Jackson double. And right here the score is 6-3. David Tyrone's looking to do some more. That's a base hit into right field. Murphy thought about home, but in the end he's going to stop at third. So it's now first and third. And the Marlins just pour it on. Final score 13-5. Absolutely demolished them here in Game 3. So we're going to head into Game number 4. Still in Miami today. 2-1 Marlins lead the series. And they will look to take a very commanding lead of 3-1 here in this game. Can they do it? I sure hope so. Let's just get the series done with, see what we can do. but unfortunately the Blue Jays strike first, and in a pretty big way. They score 2 runs in the top of the first inning, and David Tyrone this time is going to pop it up, shallow center. Second baseman is going to go back and make the catch for the out. So that time, no home run for David Tyrone. Bottom of the third, still 2-0. Up the middle, that's going to be an infield single. Probably should have been an error, but in MLB The Show, those are ruled singles. Anyway, 2-0 now. Marlins have more hits, out-hitting the Blue Jays 7-5, but so far so bad. The Blue Jays have the lead. It was 2-0, but now it's going to be 2-1. Great shot right there by David Tyrone, and the Marlins now cut the lead in half. It is now 2-1. Getting a little bit nervous, maybe Blue Jays fans are. 2-1 here in the 7th. Big opportunity. He's going to rip it down the right field line, but check out that great play by the right fielder. Got to tip your cap to him. That was just an outstanding play. But the Marlins end up tying it 3-3. Wow. And then something pretty crazy happens. I'm not sure if this is a glitch or something, but check it out. We go into extra innings, and the Blue Jays appear to win in the top of the 10th, and I'm not really sure what happened. I didn't simulate or anything, but maybe that was a glitch. I don't know. A little bit slow motion right here, just so you can see. They just kind of won. I don't know what happened. Oh well, though. Heading into Game 5, still in Miami, must win today. If we lose, we must win the last 2 in Toronto. If we win, all we have to do is split in Toronto. So top of the first inning, David Tyrone cranks one to deep right center field. This one is gone, going second deck. Great shot right there. And the Marlins take a 2-0 lead in the first inning. Great piece of clutch hitting right there by David Tyrone. 2-1 now, heading into the 4th inning, 3rd inning, 5th inning actually. Base hit up the middle. Actually, no, it's snagged by Jose Reyes. What a play. Tried to get the throw to second base offline, and the throw to first base is late. So now 2 runners on, and the Marlins are looking to score again. 5-2 here in the 7th. Ground ball to first base. Nice play by the first baseman. He will take it himself for the out. But the Marlins still have a 5-2 lead. Can they hold it? And yes, they do. Final score 5-3. So the Marlins, 1 game away. Just 1 more game, and they will be World Series champions back in Toronto. All they need to do is 1 game out of the next 2, and they are World Series champions. What can they do? In Toronto here for Game 6, back at the Rogers Center. Whew. A little bit of pressure. A lot of pressure, actually. Marlins in a must-win. Take a look at the series recap. Turner, with 2 of those wins in the series, he was absolutely dominating in the postseason, posting an ERA of 1.17. Brandon Morrow pitching Game 6 and doing a great job right there, getting David Tyrone to ground out right back to him on the very first pitch. Great sinker right there. Top of the 3rd inning, 1-1 is the score, 1-2 count, and that's into right field for a base hit. Not great contact right there, but when you have the bat speed of that caliber, you're going to get a good hit almost every time. So 3-1 right here, and once again the thorn in our side, Cespedes ties it up. So 3-3 in the 5th, 1-2 count, ground ball, nice play by the second baseman, ranging to his left and making the easy throw in time. So right here, 7-6 Marlins. David Tyrone gets a big at-bat. He can really distance them in this at-bat right here. 7-6, an extra base hit could make it 9-6, and that's going to be lined, but caught by the second baseman. So close. Just missed it. But here in the 9th, it's pretty much over. The teammates really picked up the slack. And in the NLDS and in the NLCS, David Tyrone really carried this team. But in the World Series, everybody played their part. David Tyrone with a home run right there, pretty much ending the World Series. And right here, 1 out away, 1 strike away. The pitch by Brett Cecil is driven to right field. David Tyrone ranging over and making the catch. And the Miami Marlins are your 2007 World Series champions. Who would have thought? 3 years, 4 years removed from being one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball, they fight back, make good trades, make smart trades, getting Hanley, Daniel Murphy, Pete Kozma, Billy Butler, Chris Heisey, Austin Romine, among others. Jonathan ECC right there. An unbelievable display of champions. Nice trades. Very, very good chemistry. They were just an all-around spectacular team this year. You can see just a little bit of a recap right here of celebrations. At second base, Daniel Murphy celebrating. Going from a terrible team like the Mets to another terrible team like the Marlins, but this year they turned it all around. Daniel Murphy, you can see celebrating, and in the dugout, all three coaches in a hugging triangle. They are World Series champions. The Miami Marlins are your 2017 World Series champs.